you know, you look at his author biography bit, and you just can't believe he's 25, or he must be 23 or 24 when he wrote this. You know, that's unbelievable. Because he writes with such assurance, such confidence, easy assurance, not like he's trying to prove anything at all, just assured, and that makes you feel very comfortable. And like he enjoys what he's writing. I think that's good. And he's playful. I like that. I like the playfulness of it. It's fun to read. And it's written with clarity. You know, all the interesting stuff he's going on about, all the weird stuff. Pinpoint clarity. I found all the Hitler stuff, the bugs, all that really, really cool, really interesting. I would have liked to have met Hitler, or liked Hitler to be in there. That's kind of a small promise that you, well, not a promise, but you kind of, something that you would like to happen when obviously Hitler's letter turns up. So, yeah. Now I'm going to finish off with some quotes that I liked. He's very quotable, as I imagine you might think, or hope you might think too. So, the one is on page 226. I'm going backwards, it seems. Evelyn had never thought about Cinna having parents, any more than one thinks about a thunderstorm having parents. I thought that was cool. On 193, when I think Millicent catches Erskine and Cinna, Erskine's heart caught like a toe in a mousetrap. Brilliant. And then, when it's raining, that evening a tepid April rain fell on London with all the sincerity of a hired sales gimmick for umbrellas. That's brilliant. And then, this is my favourite. Pock, who by that point was wet and blinking like someone who hadn't quite saved his dog from drowning in the river. Sorry, well, read it in the bit, don't listen to the way I read it because I make it sound crap. That bit with someone who hadn't quite saved his dog from drowning in the river. That's just, you can just imagine him sweating and blinking and kind of bleary-eyed. And then there's two bits where there's a whole narrative sequence, because it's not just his similes which are really good, but just how he expresses a feeling, a moment really well. This is when Erskine is in the cave with the boy, and in his kind of dreams, subconscious dreams are being realised. He says, "It was really happening. Everything around him suddenly felt so soft, a change in the texture of texture itself, so that even the rocks were flesh now. It was because the unyielding world had yielded at last, yielded utterly, like a rabbit splayed open on a dissecting table, and he could see and touch whatever he wanted, could reach inside and squeeze the rabbit's heart until it burst in his fist, and nobody could stop him." I mean, it's disgusting, but brilliant. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And the whole bit with the bugs, that's really, really cool for me. And at the very end, when the bugs come out of Cinna's head, and then Seth the Roach vomited on him. Black and flickering, the vomit raced up the Welshman's arm, spread across his chest, and swirled up to his chin. He tried to scream, and straightway it filled his mouth. Falling on his back, he clawed clumsily at himself, but could barely tear open a gap in the flow. I like it. Could barely tear open a gap in the flow. And soon every inch of him was tarred. I heard a sound like thousands of tongues clicking in quiet disapproval. I could see flashes of blood, and then, worse, flashes of white beneath the boiling slick of black. Boiling slick of black. Beautiful. At first his whole body thrashed back and forth, but then it was only his hands and feet that shook, and before long even those went limp. Within seconds there was almost nothing left of him but bones, hair, clothes and shoes. Then the beetles came for me. They shot across the ground, jumped into my feet and carried on up each of my legs. There was something not quite right about the way they moved, like a cheap animated film. And immediately I can imagine that, like a cheap animated film. There's that cell that's, you've got the real world and then you have that, like it's coloured in over the real world. You know what I mean? I immediately saw that, and that was nice. I clamped my mouth shut so they couldn't get down my throat. Just skipping forward. Yeah, sorry. And the last bit. Then all at once, in an instant, like a black tablecloth being whipped from a table, they withdrew. Isn't it great? Yeah. So I just love his prose, I love the way he wrote. And for that reason, well, for many other reasons, but for that reason I enjoyed the book. I like the themes, I like the ideas, I like the characters, and I like the way he wrote. So yes, I enjoyed it. And I'd be very interested to know what you guys thought as well. So please email me, or if I manage to put this on YouTube, leave comments on YouTube, or I'd like to know what you guys thought about both these books. And I'm sorry I can't be there. So yeah, please let me know what you thought. It'd be interesting to discuss these books. And I'm hoping you guys will have